What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming into the Telegram channel. I hope this benefits you guys. So there's a specific reason why we're starting with this type of information because, like you know, I don't know how many of y'all have done New Year's resolutions, but 80% of New Year's resolutions that are made falter, fail. Why is that? It's not because the idea or the goal that they chose was bad. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that that person that made that did not internally first, inside, in the heart, and then in the mind, make that part of their identity. So that's where all transformation happens. You get the desire, and then it's got to be in your mind, and it's got to transform your mind to where it becomes who you are, even before it's accomplished. That's right. It has to become a part of your identity even before it's accomplished. And that happens up here. So you have to program yourself. You reprogram yourself. If you're stuck in bad habits, you have to be reprogrammed. And the reason why I put this book out, and I'm going to give you the name of the book. Some of you guys already know it. If you looked up the stuff that I've cut and pasted in the Telegram channel, you already know the book. But the book is called The Biology of Belief, and it's by Dr. Bruce H. Lipton. Now, Let's cover a few things about this book first and foremost. So one of the errors that we have when we go out and we do research is we tend to bring our own paradigms. We tend to bring our own limited worldview, and then we filter everything by that. And if it contradicts or contrasts that, we toss it out. So we throw out the baby with the bathwater. And that's a horrible way to receive information. When I was deployed in Afghanistan, I was in leadership roles, and so I had the opportunity to have conversations with several CIA agents, and one of them said to me, and I'll never forget it, he said, the secret to spying, because spying is about being effective with people, okay, receiving information and then causing or creating that person to do what you want them to do. That's really what it is. It's not the James Bond stuff that you see on movies, although there are, agents that do field work. That's not what I'm saying. But the point is, he said, the secret to spying is never coming to conversation, never coming to information with your limited worldview, with your paradigm and how you see the world. That has to be eradicated in order for you to be able to receive information from others, because everyone's paradigm, everyone else's worldview is different. And so you must be able to receive information that contradicts or comes against things that you thought are true, things that you thought were true. Okay, and I'm not referring to your beliefs as far as your religious beliefs or God or any of those things, because as everyone probably knows, I am a devout Christian. I'm a follower of Christ. I do filter everything by Jesus Christ, but not when it comes to information that's true, and especially information that science proves that is legitimate. And so when you read this book by Dr. Bruce H. Lipton, he actually acknowledges, by the time he's done giving you the scientific information that I'm about to express to you, that is so paradoxically important and contradict original science, the original science of Darwin that says we are governed and ruled by individualistic DNA. That's very individualistic, and that DNA ruled you and that you are a prisoner of that DNA. Epigenetics and new science absolutely obliterates that, and that's what this book does, and to your benefit. So when you read this isn't about shattering your belief in Allah or Jesus or whatever your spiritual stuff is. It's about being able to receive the facts of science that are being proven on the day-to-day. Okay, so nothing in this book eradicates my faith in Jesus, my faith in God, my person. It doesn't. But I'm able to get in here because even this person, while he doesn't express a belief in Jesus, expresses a belief that based on all of the scientific evidence that he believes there is a spirit creator. He doesn't say what that is, but based on all of his evidence, that's what he says, all right? And I believe his interpretation is that of the spirit of Mother Earth, Mother Nature, those type of things. For me, it's Jesus, that everything was created by, for, and to Jesus. But again, this isn't about that. So I need you to be able to, you have to be able to put your individual beliefs aside to receive the things that he's trying to give you that are scientifically proven and true. And so I put a couple things out there, but I want to read to you something that's before we even get started and everything, working out, eating right, dieting, any of these things, we've got to know some things so that we know what is possible, that it's fact that these things are in your power. So real quick, I'm going to read a couple of phrases, but I highly recommend getting it. It's called The Biology of Belief. It's on Amazon. Highly recommend getting it and reading it over the next few weeks to months, depending on how long it takes. But listen, for the first second or two, I was struck by the fact that the chip, computer chip, and cell membrane share the same technical definition. I spent several more intense seconds comparing and contrasting biomembranes with silicone semiconductors. I was momentarily stunned when I realized that the identical nature of their definition was not a coincidence. The cell membrane was indeed a structural and functional equivalent of a silicone chip. So what's the big deal, you ask? The first big deal insight that comes from such an exercise is that computers and cells are programmable. The second corollary insight is that the programmer lies outside the computer cell. Biological behavior and gene actively are dynamically linked to information from the environment, which is downloaded into the cell. The point: a cell is a programmable chip whose behavior and genetic activity are primarily controlled by environmental signals, not genes. Let me reiterate the lessons of this membrane, which puts the control of our lives not in the genetic roll of the dice at conception, but in our own hands. We are the drivers of our own biology. Just as I am the driver of this word processing program, we have the ability to edit the data we enter into our biocomputers. But as surely as I can choose the words I type, when we understand how this controls biology, we become masters of our fate, not victims of our genes. So this book goes into the scientific, it goes into cells. We're made of 50 trillion cells, which, by the way, can live outside of your body as individuals and then as units, even without you. This is what they are. And he goes into great depth, great detail to explain how much control our beliefs, our thoughts have on the way our body responds, adapts, recovers, overcomes, and so on and so forth. It's incredible. I'm just asking you to take a look at it, look at the data, open up your worldview, and know just how powerful you are.